saying that you're going to go there, you know? Like, I can't is not an option, you know? You can't do anything because you say you can, okay? That's real, you know? If you believe that you can do it, you can.
Power positivity. The other side of the coin, people that have positive influence you. Another question that Joanna Loomis, grade 7, asked, have you ever been told that you couldn't be a drummer?
Oh yeah, definitely. I mean, I'm a female, so this is not a typical instrument for a female, but I didn't really care. It was my passion. Like, I came out of the womb playing drums, and I wasn't allowed to play drums when I was in elementary school. They were like, here's a recorder, and then here's a clarinet, and then here's an alto saxophone. And I was like, I'm a drummer though, you know?
Here it's the xylophone.
Oh, it's the xylophone. Oh yeah.
The recorder.
And the recorder. Everybody plays the recorder. But I just use that for fuel. You know, whenever someone said that I couldn't do anything, that inspired me to do it even more.
So you can turn a negative into a positive.
You turn a negative into a positive.
All right. Speaking of that, I had a question I wanted to ask, because there are some people that try it out. After we get done here, the next thing is, obviously you guys are going to see your peers perform. There was an audition, a tryout for that. Not everyone made it. Some kids that wanted to be a part of the talent show weren't, you know, accepted. And I'm sure that there were also kids that performed last night at the talent show, or that are going to perform this afternoon, that maybe don't live up to their own expectations. And maybe they're disappointed that they didn't make it, or disappointed that they didn't perform the way that they wanted to. What would you say to those kids as a source of encouragement in terms of when there are these stumbling blocks? What do you do to help get past that, or to persevere through that?
To get past stumbling blocks, I mean, really it's just keep going. It's perseverance. I can't tell you how many gigs and how many jobs I was turned down for. You know, like, I auditioned for Pink a really long time ago, and the musical director was like, you're great, but, you know, it's not, you know, but I didn't give up. I wasn't like, oh, my life's over, that's it, you know. I went on to play with Beyonce and a bunch of other artists, you know, so that was a stumbling block, but it really propelled me forward, you know.
Mackenzie Crossman, grade 8, and she was actually the winner of our drawing. So Mackenzie, after this, if you could come up here and get your drawing prize for submitting your question, that would be great. But the question that Mackenzie had was, when you first started out drumming, did you have to work harder or feel that you had to prove yourself to people who thought that you couldn't make it as far as them? So I guess it's a similar question, but it's a little different. In terms of, you spoke a little bit about overcoming adversity, but I don't know, talk a little bit about overcoming or meeting your own expectations.
Yeah, so my expectations, well, I don't really have expectations. I have like goals, like places that I want to go and things that I want to do. I want my band to be the first band to play on the moon. You know what I mean? Like, that's how far and how big I dream. And you have to dream big. You have to. It's very important, you know, but...
Did you ever feel like your status, your minority status, made that harder for you to dream, or harder?
Yes.
Did the society put up blocks that make
Yes.
it harder for you to reach those goals? And explain that to these guys, because we're from a predominantly white community up here, predominantly white state, and you've already alluded to the fact that being a female makes it harder in the music industry.
Definitely.
Talk a little bit about that.
I mean, that's the thing, is that's a really long conversation, and I'm going to try and
No, it is.
I'm trying to boil it down so that you can understand it, because it's a real thing. It's something that a lot of people don't really know about or want to recognize or understand, because it's really ridiculous. It doesn't really make any sense. Like, it's 2018, it doesn't matter if I'm green or blue or, you know, it doesn't matter, but I would say that it starts at the top, you know? That's kind of how this place was built. That's how the country was built, so, you know, that's what it is. And it is a stumbling block, but it's something that we can overcome, and we can all do it together, you know, just through talking and understanding.
And for those that couldn't understand the lyrics to the song they just played, the name of that song is called Only Love, and kind of a constant theme throughout your band's music. The message is one of love and unity.
Yes.
But above and beyond the concept, what do you think young kids this age, in this day and age, on a practical level, what can they do to make sure that they're part of the solution, not part of the problem?
Just don't hate. You know, hate is...
Yeah, you should have a hard time talking about
it. I mean, to us, it's very simple. You know, treat others the way that you would like to be treated. How many times have you heard that? You know? You know, it's like, if you don't want to be punched in the face, don't punch somebody else in the face. Seriously, it's that simple.
Seems simple, but
it is.
In life, you'd be surprised.
You know, it's like, if you don't want gum in your hair, don't put gum in somebody else's hair. You know, I think that everyone in here is smart enough to understand that. You know? You know, there's, like, just because someone's different from you is no reason to, you know, hate or treat them any other way.
All right, I'm gonna give you a test pop quiz here. Yeah, go ahead. It's a quality answer. It really is. It should be that simple.
It should be. But see, that's the thing, is that you can make it that simple. You can make it that simple. Because we need you. We need all of you.
Yeah.
The world needs you. The world needs your love. The world needs your understanding.
Amen to that. So, we have a couple of core values here in the middle school. I'm gonna read a word and tell me how it applies to your professional life. All right? Ignore these people behind us. Ignore the man behind the curtain. All right. So the first word is responsibility. How does responsibility play into your life as a musician?
Oh my God. I have so much responsibility.
Okay, briefly.
Briefly. Okay, so this is my platform, right? We're musicians, we travel around, we play music for people. So we feel it's our responsibility to give a message. It's my responsibility to give you the truth as I know it. So that is something that we walk with all the time. It doesn't matter if it's not popular to say, if it's not really cool. It's like, wrong is wrong and right is right, and you know, the sky is blue. You know, somebody says it's red, it's like, no, sky, I mean, it can be at times, yes, but it's blue, you know? So that's what we walk around with. If I see something that is important, and I say something about it, because people need to hear it.
Next word is integrity.
Integrity. Same thing. Same exact thing. You know, I walk with that. Like, I represent my parents, my family, my teachers, my peers. So that's what I walk around with.
And do you feel, I'm going to paint a broad stroke here, do you feel like there's a lot of integrity in the music industry currently?
No, absolutely not. There's none.
So you feel like you're swimming up the stream a little bit here?
Yeah, definitely. Without a doubt.
Next word is respect.
Respect.
I know you kind of already went over that.
Yep. You know. So, from traveling, I'll tell you this. The first time I went to Japan was like culture shock, right? Because everyone is so respectful, okay? How many times have you heard that you have to earn my respect? A lot. That is not, I don't subscribe to that. I respect you because I don't know you. I don't know who you are, where you come from, so I should treat you with respect. And that's it.
The last one is compassion. Can you talk a little bit about compassion?
Compassion is the name of the game for us. That's who we are as people. We love people. My friends, Nick and Nate, who you saw up here, and Natalie, we love people. And we have compassion for people. And this is why we do what we do, to spread love. Because everyone needs love. And if everyone knew that they were loved, the world would be a better place.
So, having just spoken about that, let's keep that in mind as we're watching our peers come up here. Let's make sure that we're exemplifying those student traits. And let's give it up one more time for Nikki Glaspie and Young Power.
Just remember to love yourself and love the people around you. That's it. Love yourself, and love the people around you.